So after 3 quarters, it's the Mayo Spartans 37 and the John Marshall Rockets 30, and they continue to stifle most of the JM offense.
I think shot selection is a big problem right now for the John Marshall Rockets. They're not showing good discretion in the shots they take. They're driving the lane, taking shots off balance. I like the play where Woodridge drives the baseline because everyone's looking for them to pass the ball into Solheim. They fake the pass and then drive to the hole, and somebody besides Woodridge has got to get into that game plan. Butler, Larson, somebody on that wing, maybe Troy Brown, has got to learn to fake that shot or drive the lane and take a little bit of the pressure off Solheim, and then when they drive, they can dump it off to Brent for the easy 2.
So the John Marshall Rockets scored 10 in the first quarter, 11 in the second, and 9 here in the third quarter for a total of 30. The Mayo Spartans scored 11 in the first quarter, 14 in the second, and 13 in the third, and they lead by 7 points, 30-37.
I'm starting to wonder if the air isn't a little thicker on the south side here, because to hold this John Marshall team to 10 points a quarter, Jeff, is unbelievable.
I got something wrong here. We'll have to check that, because according to my score, it should be 38-30, but I must have screwed up.
Well, if it's between you and the keeper, I'll go with you every time. There's Solheim for 2 on the inside. They got to keep doing that.
So John Marshall cuts the lead to 5 here in the fourth quarter.
Jess Smith showing good defense on the ball, pressuring Hebel as he brings it up the court. Boy, good defense on the outside perimeter by John Marshall right now. They're not allowing him to penetrate with the ball. Now Restovich has it on the wing. He's going to drive. He's going to take it all the way in, and he drops it through. Restovich showing some real class there. He's not afraid.
Takes it inside with the trees and lays it up and in.
He's got the confidence of a senior, and it's only a 15-year-old body there, folks.
39-32, and up and in by Will Kurth.
Well, how about that? Giant Jam could use to see a little production by Kurth and Larson, Butler, and some of those fellas right now.
And that's what Jeff Wells said. He said on any given night, someone steps forward and has scored for the Rockets. That's how they've won their games. It hasn't always been Jess Smith and Brent Solheim. There's been nights when it's been Butler, Woodrich, Brown, Larson, Carmen, or Kurth, that contribute in a big way.
You're right. I'm impressed with his Restovich. He's 6'2". He drives the lane against a guy 6'7", and Solheim doesn't have bad legs. And does he elevate? My goodness.
And Rex Smith is in there with 4 fouls for the Spartans.
Look for JM to go right at him next series.
Chuck Weisbrod passes back to Ryan O'Connell. O'Connell guarded heavily by Will Kurth. Back to Restovich into Doctor. Open. Guarded heavily.
Oh, that's a double dribble. Little memory lapse by John Doctor there. He stopped, picked up his dribble, made a couple fakes, and said, hey, let's try that over.
And Flaby comes in now for Doctor.
Well, I was hoping he wouldn't get away with that. He's a foot and a half away from the referee, and the referee hesitated a moment before he called that double dribble. He blew the whistle and then asked himself, why did I blow that whistle?
You'll never know.
Something wasn't right.
You never know what's going to happen here. Jess Smith now, guarded heavily, pulled up his dribble in the backcourt. Not a good thing to do.
Now, JM's got to control the ball here. Got to get a good shot, be patient.
6 minutes now remaining in the game. 39-34, and a traveling violation against Mark Woodrich, who was trying too hard.
Well, his body didn't keep up with his mind there. I saw his brain was already in the hoop there, and his feet were back at the three-point line.
So here comes Flaby now for the Spartans, guarded by Matt Butler. Back to Weisbrod.
Good exterior defense right now by John Marshall, trying to pressure the ball, force the turnover, but so far, good ball control. There's the turnover, picked up by Butler. Oh, no! Oh, no, Jeff Smith is in a tizzy. I can't believe that call, Jeff. How do you get a travel call out of that?
Now the other referee has called a foul on number 31, Jerry Flaby.
I like that guy.
The initial referee called a traveling violation when one of the male players was on top of him, basically pushing him over.
Yeah, that's Jeff Smith just ran to the referee pleading his case, and obviously played a good advocate. They got the ball.
So number 31, Jerry Flaby, gets his first personal.
Jeff Smith doing a little pre-law exercise there.
And the Rockets get the ball. And a charging violation against Brent Solheim.
Oh, boy.
Took the pass, and he ran square into one of the Spartans down low.
Yeah, really, that was good footwork by Craig Roberts because he established his position on the baseline, and Solheim does like to tuck that shoulder down and give you the old football move.
And the ball tipped away. It'll be Spartan ball once again.
Boy, this defense has turned up the notch on both sides of the floor, Jeff.
And both teams have had the opportunities to kind of put the game not away, but at least get a big lead or get back into the game on both sides of the ball.
I think we're going to be biting our nails down to the cuticles in this one, Jeff, because Mayo's not going to blow you out. They're going to squeak by if they win this thing.
So Hebel back to Restovich. Restovich out to Flaby. Flaby across to Roberts. Back to Hebel. Guarded there by Troy Brown. Hebel now takes it down towards the paint, backs it out.
Now Flaby, he's open in the paint there. They didn't see him, though.
Once again, cross now to Flaby.
Now see Restovich, it looks like they're going to try and hit Restovich out on the wing. Well, he didn't get open.
So they're moving him around. They're keeping the John Marshall Rockets moving.
Good ball control here.
Back to Flaby, guarded there by Solheim.
Now you got a mismatch down low. Jeff Smith against Restovich. You had an isolation in the paint there as the jump ball comes forth, Jeff. Jeff Smith trying to guard Restovich, and you got to believe that Restovich could have taken him inside for a point there. But JM tied the ball up for a jump ball, and that's going to go Mayo's way.
And possession arrow in favor of the Mayo Spartans, so they'll get the jump ball. And Craig Roberts throws it in back to Jerry Flaby. 4:35 remaining in the game. The Spartans lead by 5. Restovich now sees the
nice
gap.
Quick move. And
a nice play there by number 34, Ken Carmen.
Beautiful play.
Who stripped it clean, but then it went out of bounds, and it'll be Spartan ball.
Did you see that quick first step he put? He blew by 2 Rockets just like that.
Beautiful play by Restovich, but then a beautiful play by Carmen to strip the ball away without getting the foul.
He saved a sure, too. That was a dunk territory for Restovich.
And Rex Smith, Ken Carmen across.
Oh, my.
Oh, and they could have called the charge there, too.
Yes,
but
they could have. There were casualties all over the place after that shot.
Carmen set up, and he got run over, even though Smith made the bucket. 41-34 with 4:05 remaining, and the Rockets call timeout.
Yeah, Rex Smith did a little landscaping before that shot and cleared a path, but they didn't call it.
So he let her go, and his body just carried right into the left side of Ken Carmen, who had set up. And that's what they were looking for. They wanted Rex to drive because they wanted to draw that fifth foul.
Absolutely. That play goes the other way, and we got a whole new ball game for 4 minutes.
So 41-34, 7-point lead for the Spartans with only 4:08 remaining. And these Spartans are on the edge of their chairs here.
You know, in a quiet way, Jeff, your observation about what could have been there might be a pivotal point in this game. The fact that Rex Smith is still on the floor, not fouled out, 2 points. We would have a 5-point game. And so that might be just a quiet little pivotal point that determines the outcome here.
So once again, the Mayo Spartan pep band going nuts here.
Playing your favorite tune there, Jeff. See your left foot keeping time.
Yeah, but in my day it was Go Black and Gold. The Tigers of
the Tigers.
Fridley.
Oh, the Fridley Tigers. Ladies and gentlemen, a Fridley alumnus bringing you the play-by-play tonight. Just a little frosting on the cake.
So 4:08, and Jeff Smith with the ball for the Rockets. They trail by 7. Ken Carmen back out to Smith, guarded by Smith.
Something's got to happen here, Jeff.
Over to
JM
Brown.
has got to make a move.
Over to Carmen, inside to Solheim, and a traveling.
Oh, no, another call against Solheim. He can't get anything to go his way down there. First the charge, then the travel. What next?
You could just see it. He turned around. He wanted to put the ball in the court. He was too close to the Spartan player, so he didn't put it down, and he'd already took the step.
Oh, I mean, the coordinates they give this guy is about 6 inches by 6 inches. When he receives the ball, he has no room to work.
And Hebel calls a timeout as he was trapped in the corner by Solheim.
You know, if I was Brent Solheim, I'm going to go for treatment for claustrophobia when this game's over, because every time he touches the ball, they hem him in, and he has no room to work. And then the guy tries to pivot or move or spin, and they call him for a travel or a charge. What are you going to do? I mean, the guy's boxed in.
So Jeff Wells once again trying to get through to his players. The time is running out here. They're down by 7. They need to get with the program here and move the ball around, look for that shot. And it was a good play there. They got the ball into Solheim, but he should have just turned around and looked before he tried to make a decision.
Well, they've got him boxed in so tight. They're using everything but the packaging peanuts on him tonight, Jeff. They've got to look for offensive production from somebody else on this team. Somebody besides Solheim has got to look to the hole. They're looking to get it to him, and if they can't get it to him, they don't do anything.
So the lineup now, Eric Edstrom, Craig Roberts, Rich Hebel, Rex Smith, and Michael Restovich for the Spartans. Ken Carmen, Brent Solheim, Jess Smith, Troy Brown, and Mark Woodrich for the Rockets.
I'd have to say if the Spartans score here, it's going to be a deep, deep hole that John Marshall's going to have to dig out of.
And there's
so
the
a
pass.
Key possession here. Key possession.
Restovich boxed in, and look at everything's on the outside here for the Spartans.
Boy, this male cheering section's on its feet, and they want a bucket, and they want it bad. And there's Restovich inside. What a move!
Up and in.
What a move! He was sewed in underneath, and he faked up one way and went up the other and scored.
Big move against the big man from the John Marshall Rockets.
I like this kid, the man-child, Michael Restovich.
And the Male Spartans, their biggest lead, 9 points, now down to 3 minutes left in the game.
And what a time to get your biggest lead, huh, Jeff?
Three-pointer for Jess Smith. Oh, and rebound to Craig Roberts, rather. Ahead now by Michael Restovich, over to Hebel. 2:45 remaining in the game.
Oh, it's crunch time, and a timeout by Hebel. They're going to talk it over, and I'd say with 2:42 left, Jeff, a 9-point lead, milk the clock.
Exactly what Coach Kiefer's probably going to tell his Male Spartans, to set up the game plan here to milk the clock as much as he can, and that seems to be a John Marshall tradition, especially with Terry Heiderscheit and the John Marshall girls. They like to do that all the time. Dutch Heiderscheit and
well, this is a possession basketball game. You know, one statistic that not a lot of people know about these two teams. The Male Spartans are a possession ball team. They average 17 more possessions per game than their opponent. Now tonight, you think about it, the possessions have been in favor of the Male Spartans. John Marshall has not had the attempts or the shots or even had the time with the ball to do something. And so this has been a possession ball game. I got to take my hat off to Mark Kiefer here, and his players have executed a game plan perfectly. When you're outmanned and the other team has better athletes, then you've got to control the ball. They've done it tonight.
And you also got to credit Mark Kiefer for getting him to put the Tanya Harding story behind him and just get out here and concentrate on basketball.
Absolutely. 500 reporters there for the press day, and Kiefer didn't say a word about it. Gotta love that, Jeff.
So 2:42, and here we go. The Male Spartans lead by 9 in a surprise.
Oh, no! Oh, he missed an easy shot. I mean, he was in Dunkville. Oh, and this is going to be Solheim probably with an intentional foul. I don't think he meant to, but he fell right on top. I got to give him a 2-point takedown on that one, Jeff.
Yeah, a little frustration, I think, coming out in Solheim now.
Well, Male leading in the wrestling match 3-2 now.
JM.
Or excuse me.
At least
that's right. It was 3. Well, it's 4-3 JM now with that 2-point takedown.
43-34.
That Rex Smith makes me nervous. He misses a lot of driving shots in there, and he gets his own rebound, puts it back up.
Out to Weisbrod.
Boy, 2 points here would just about seal it.
Over to Smith. Far side, guarded by Woodrich.
There's a
steal.
There we go.
Jess
Smith.
Can he do it? Up it
Yes.
in.
Oh, no foul is called. Looked like they got him on the way up, but no foul.
And the Male Spartans quickly back into their own end. 2:13 remaining now. Over to Smith.
Trying to force another turnover, and there's the man.
Ahead to Solheim.
He's open.
Up and in.
Oh, baby, we got a ball game, Jeffrey.
And now it's 43-38. 2 minutes remaining in the game.
We've got a ball game here.
Over to Weisbrod.
They better cover Restovich.
Oh, and it's over. Solheim now brings it ahead. Rex Smith, the only man left. Tipped away on the forward play. And
Great defensive
John Marshall's possession.
Great defensive play by Rex Smith there.
One-on-one, and Solheim had a couple guys with him in the middle, and you wonder.
Oh, he should have given up he should have dished it. Should have dished it.
Took it right to him and dished it off. They might have had the points, but
Rick
now
Smith had radar on that ball.
they still have the ball with 1:47 remaining now.
Oh my, look at this!
Oh, and the foul is called underneath.
Oh, could have been a 3-point play for Woodrich, and I want to tell you something. Woodrich is going to the line.
And Solheim stays out at the free throw lane.
Well, Jeff Wells giving a little pep talk to Woodrich. He's a 38% free throw shooter, and we're talking crunch time, baby. That would have been nice if those 2 points had fallen.
So Woodrich now only 2 points in the game thus far, going to the line, and we saw him early miss 2.
I suspect he just needs game pressure to make free throws. They gotta mean something, Jeff.
So back to 5 points, and John Marshall at the line. Shot is short.
Ouch. Well, no words needed. You saw it. You saw it, folks.
And the male fans are going to have a heyday with that.
My analysis has been discredited on that play. Oh, boy, you got to feel for this kid right now.
146, second one on the way, puts it up. It's short. Rick Smith with the rebound.
Big rebound.
And a foul on Brent Solheim.
Big rebound. Oh, that was critical. That was critical. If he converts that basket, we're looking at a 3-point ball game with 1:43.
Solheim's third personal.
You know, this is the week of the comeback. This is the week that Kentucky came back from 31 down. Maybe we're going to see it right here in the south side of Rochester.
Luckily, Penn State didn't have that in them. Gophers crushed them by roughly 30. So
now JM's got to be careful not to make a foolish foul here because the free throws could kill him.
To Restovich, 1:30 now remaining in the game. Males lead by 5.
Oh, don't give up the baseline.
To Restovich.
Oh, huge basket by the boy wonder. Absolutely huge, Jeff. And then he goes diving to the floor trying to steal the ball. This kid can do it at both ends.
Oh, that was number 55, Craig Roberts over there.
Well, dark hair, I'm full, I'll tell you. They got to give every player their own hair
color. A lot of 5s out there. Yeah. There's Troy Brown now to Jeff Smith. Brings it in the center. Up.
Not a good shot. Not a good shot.
And a foul on number 22, Jeff Smith. His third personal.
He's a little frantic on that play. You could see it. Little hurried.
Minute 12 left. I think if I was Coach Jeff Wells, I would have said, Smith, stay outside the 3-point line and try one from
Fire
there.
it up if you're going to take a shot. Fire it up from 3.
So Hebel all the way down to Eric Edstrom. The ball gets away.
He loses the ball.
And out of bounds.
That's going to the white way. The white way. John Marshall recovers the ball. 7-point deficit. 1 minute left. What do you think, Jeff? What are the odds here?
Not good. 104. 45-38, you can see it there. Smith brings it ahead, guarded by Smith.
We need a 3-point basket here for JM.
Into Solheim, gets away. There to number 40, Matt Butler for 2.
Big basket for Butler.
And a timeout.
It's not over.
John Marshall Rockets. 53.3 seconds left. And what a ball game this has turned into.
I hate to dwell on the past, but I'm going to go back 2 minutes here. That basket that was missed on the inside by Woodrich makes it a 3-point game. With, a minute and a half left. Now we've got a 5-point game with 53.3 seconds, and you're changing the whole scenario there, folks.
And the 2 free throws, yeah,
ouch.
Tough situation.
Ouch. And, you know, really, when you think about it, they got Woodrich in there to rebound late in the game, but there's always that risk that he's going to get fouled late in the game with a crucial free throw and a 38% free throw percentage. You're rolling the dice, and you could hit 7.
That's right. So both teams with 6 fouls apiece they're both in the bonus on the next foul. I mean, with the next foul, they'll be at the 1-1. And it's 45-40 in favor of the male Spartans. And once again, this would be the biggest conference upset this year, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I'm going to probably lose a bet with my kid here tonight, Jeff. He took Mayo, I took JM on the bet, and I'm gonna be a buck short. I hope you got a little change on you there, buddy. I'm gonna hit you for a loan.
Sorry, had to buy Tony Condon pizza tonight.
Yeah, somebody's got to buy.
So, yeah, they had the pizza feast here tonight, and we each bought a slice. So.
Director Tony Condon finding creative ways to feed himself again.
Once again, technical director Tony Condon for tonight. Camera operators Kevin Peterson, Andrea Christ, and scoreboard operator in the lower left-hand corner there, Corey Belcher, all from the John Marshall Television Production Program at John Marshall Senior High School under the direction of Mr. Chuck Harkins. And color commentator Mitch Anthony, you saw him at the last JM Mayo boys basketball game with the Wonder Mic as he wandered through the crowd.
The Wonder Mic.
And he interviewed a variety of interesting people at the game.
Good choice of adjectives there, Jeff.
Everybody from the Hulkamania to Jess Smith after the game.
Yeah, the John Marshall Wax Museum tour last time. Well, we said this game looked like at the first quarter that it was going to be in the 40s if you'd extrapolated the score out, and sure enough, here we are, Jeff, 45-40 with 53 seconds left. And Jeff Wells better have a miracle in his pocket.
So here we go now. Throwing the ball in for the Rockets. Number 55 for the Spartans.
Solheim pressuring the ball. And there's the turnover. Oh my! And he's out. He's out of the game. Oh my! What a turn of events. Miracle on the south side. Couldn't be beginning right now. And if that shot had fallen.
Matt Butler tipped the ball away from Rex Smith.
Beautiful play.
And Smith went after him and caught him in the leg and the arm.
Yeah.
And Smith falls out.
I'll tell you, Smith just regressed into his football mode. He's a great football player, and he tried to make the shoestring tackle as Butler went flying in for the scoop layup, and I thought he was going to make it for a second there.
So Rex Smith with 2 points in the second half of game total of 8 as he fouls out with 50.4 seconds. But
do you want me to say it? 69% free throw shooter. Butler up, no good.
And a Solheim rebound by Solheim.
What a huge rebound, Jeff.
So Restovich runs the baseline to try to get the ball in. He gets it into Edstrom. And a foul on Brent Solheim.
Not a bad play, though. You're putting an inexperienced player, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that sends to the line who? Number...
Edstrom, he's a senior,
Edstrom.
But he hasn't seen a lot of playing.
That's right, number 13, Edstrom, and he just hasn't seen the minutes, and you're putting this kid at a crucial position in this game.
3-point game, 45-42 with 40.1 seconds left now in the game.
I don't know if Solheim knew who he was fouling, Jeff, but it was a great choice.
It was a good idea. So Edstrom now.
But he may make himself look great here.
And the ball comes off.
And Solheim has
the rebound.
Here we go.
35 seconds.
No hurry, no hurry.
Smith now sets up, passes back. Across now to Carmen. Carmen thinks about baseline.
Oh, he had him wide open on the inside. He could have hit Solheim.
There it is! Matt Mueller!
Oh my! We've got a ball game.
And a timeout has been called by the John Marshall Rockets. 21.1 seconds. It's now a 1-point game. 45-44.
Forget TNT, forget ESPN, keep it on RITS Channel 11. We got a ball game, Jeff.
And I'll tell you what, the Mayo crowd is stunned. The students are on their feet on both ends. The John Marshall fans, for the most part, are on their feet. But the Mayo parents, etc., are all sitting down.
I don't know how they're sitting, Jeff. I got a rush of adrenaline about 30 seconds ago. Won't quit.
I couldn't sit down if I wanted to. My legs wouldn't let me. 21 seconds.
Now let's review. We were speaking gloom and doom. The sky is falling chicken. Little theology here. Just 33 seconds ago. 7-point deficit. All of a sudden we got a 1-point game with 21.1. And that all took place, folks, what you just saw in 32.2 seconds. Down to the 10th of a second there, Jeff.
You've got to think that Jeff Wells is in there right now saying foul before the ball's even thrown in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Put him at the line.
Pick Edstrom again, whatever. Pick on somebody that is inexperienced, whoever you can get.
63% team shooting at the free throw line for Mayo. I say nail him.
But Solheim can't foul because he's got 4 now.
No, you don't want to do that. But Solheim's pressuring the ball. I'd say as soon as they get the ball, foul them.
So here's Roberts now for the Spartans. 21.1 seconds.
Look at, they're releasing on Restovich.
The long ball.
What a steal! What a steal! Oh no! They called a travel. I can't believe it. A Mayo player laid down underneath him. He had no place to come down with the ball, Jeff. How do you call that play? He had no place to come down with the ball, and Jeff Wells is over pleading his case right now. He had the ball, and he couldn't come down with it.
16.1 seconds. Roberts in, throws the ball in. The ball goes through the legs, and what is it going to be now? And Solheim is going to foul out of the game.
Oh, no.
14.2 seconds, I think.
This is huge. I thought it was...
No, it is Carmen.
I thought it was Carmen, yeah. Okay. And look who's coming to the line. The man-child, the wonder boy, the 15-year-old phenom, Mike Restovich.
14.2 seconds. Restovich at the line.
What were you doing when you were 15 years old with 10 seconds left, Jeff?
Trying to gain weight. Now I'm trying to lose it.
Here we go. Big
now.
free throw. And he missed it.
And the rebound comes ahead to number 55.
What a no! Oh, it's Mayo hit the ball. Mayo hit the ball.
Tipped it out of bounds. 9.8 seconds. It's a 1-point game.
Gutsy play there. Gutsy play by
Troy Brown.
Troy Brown pushing the ball up to Jeff Smith, who would have been open.
And here we go. 9.8 seconds. Troy Brown.
Take us to the buzzer, Jeff.
For the Rockets.
Hang on, folks.
Into Solheim. Stripped away there. Solheim turns around, passes inside, up and in!
What a pass! What a pass! What a pass! Oh my! What a pass!
And a timeout has been called by the Mayo Spartans with 1.5 seconds.
I cannot believe it, Jeff. Brent Solheim fell down. He looked like Curly Neal of the Globetrotters, dribbling on his knee. He dribbled, faked the shot, hit Butler inside for two. I can't believe what I just saw.
Believe this. What a game.
Holy Toledo.
Never say die, and the John Marshall fans are going nuts now.
Unbelievable.
This game looked like it was over a minute ago.
I tell you what, Solheim's going to get a contract with the Globetrotters before this thing's over.
And it was interesting because there was two guys on Solheim after he got the dribble back up.
Oh yeah, he was hemmed in.
And then he dished it, and Butler was wide open. Butler's had the hot hand for about the last 30 seconds.
I hope Tony Condon puts together a highlight tape after this one. I want to see that play all over again, Jeff. That was an incredible ball handling display. This guy's 6'7".
And they put a whole second back on the clock, so now there's 2.5 seconds because when they called timeout, I looked up and there was 2.5, and the scorekeeper didn't get the
again, Jeff's judgment supersedes the scorekeeper.
And now Jeff Wells is really frustrated. He sees now that they put a second.
Well,
but it should have been. There was a good call by the referee. The clock did not stop when they called the timeout, and it went down from 2.5 to 1.5. Now they put it back on.
Here we go.
So here we go.
Take us to the buzzer, Jeff.
And off the roof. That'll be it.
Butler has the ball.
That'll be whistled a dead ball.
That'll go down to John Marshall's end.
And 2.5 seconds, all they got to do is get it into one of their own players, and this game is over.
Jeff, who'd have thought the Rafters would make the final defensive play of this game?
And this is only the third lead that John Marshall had all game.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
46 to 45 with 2.5 seconds left.
You think this isn't going to build the confidence?
1.7 seconds now as it was tipped out by Restovich. And the Spartans have to feel snake bitten right now.
Here we go, interior pass.
Brown now throws it out to Jeff Smith.
He'll hold it,
and that's the game.
And it's over. It's over. Look at Jeff Smith. Look at this. Look at this crowd. They're going wild out there. They are going wild. You would think they won the state championship, Jeff. Look at this. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Is this a rivalry or is this a rivalry?
So 16 points in the fourth quarter for the John Marshall Rockets to Mayo's 8. Led to a John Marshall 46 to 45 victory. And what can you say? I mean,
what can you say?
Mayo had the game and it let it slip away.
I think with that beginning of a hospital in 1885, we just witnessed another great historical event here in Rochester. Unbelievable.
All right, so
I mean, pandemonium and chaos broke out from the John Marshall second. I have never seen such a fire drill in my life. They evacuated immediately.
I'm telling you.
It's unbelievable. I mean, this John Marshall cheering section just flooded out of their seats and took to the floor, and you'd have think they were bringing home the trophy from the Minnesota Class A state championship. And the big play there that we've got to talk about one more time, I don't think we can overestimate the significance of it, Jeff, is that play where 23 feet from the basket, a foot from out of bounds, Brent Solheim is trapped by 2 or 3 Mayo players, does a little Curly Neal Globetrotter dribbling act. Looks like I thought he was going to take a horrible shot, didn't you? Weren't you fooled by that?
I thought he was going to take the shot.
Oh,
the first time all game that he dished off.
That's right. He threw the ball and he found the right man,
And
Butler.
he threw it to the hottest man in the fourth quarter besides himself, Matt
8
Butler.
points. Well, did he have 8 points in that fourth quarter?
I had 6. He had 6 in the fourth, but he had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 in the second half.
Oh, yeah. And, hey, what the heck? Give him 4
And he was
for
in
that
the
last
air.
shot.
He caught it in the air and put
That's
it up
right.
in the air.
Alley-oop.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
What a game. So we'll be back with the scoring highlights, whatever, in just a moment.
Bring the oxygen tank. Welcome back to the home court of the Mayo Spartans, where we just witnessed one of the great games in the history of this rivalry. And I'm talking with senior captain guard for the Mayo Spartans, Rich Ebel. Talk to us about your feelings after this melodramatic ball game.
Well, you know, I honestly thought that it was just a great game, you know, typical Mayo JM, and a bit disappointed, you know, that, you know, we've never beaten these guys, but, you know, it was a truly great game. I was proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, and exemplary defensive effort tonight. You guys really pressed the ball. They had a hard time getting the ball into Solheim. Talk to us about your game plan when you came in here tonight.
Well, basically, we tried to run like we call it a 40H, and it's basically a wide type of zone, and we needed to, you know, Solheim's not the only part of their team. You know, they have tremendous three-point shooting, so basically we try to take a chance on their three-point shooting and just pretty much concentrate on Solheim. Collapse on Solheim.
Okay, with 53.3 seconds, if I'm not mistaken, and Jeff can check my statistical accuracy, you guys were up by 7 points. Jeff and I had pretty well dug the grave for John Marshall, had the flowers ordered, and tell us what happened from that point. 3-4 turnovers.
Basically, they turned it up. You know, great teams do that. They just turned it up, and we had a really hard time getting the ball in. And when we did, they collapsed, you know, and they got that big guy in the middle always making trouble. So, yeah, they just collapsed, and we just couldn't really...
And how about the effort of Matt Butler coming up with a couple steals in the last minute? A huge shot.
Well,
Where did he come from?
Oh, jeez. I'll tell you, all I remember was on the floor, seeing Solheim, trying to get the ball, and here's Matt jumping up, getting the ball, and throwing it in. So.
What did you think of that little dribbling on the knee act by Solheim? Looked kind of like Curly Neal of the Globetrotters. You think he's got a Globetrotter future in him there?
Oh, I'll tell you, if it's not a Globetrotter, it's sure Division I, but he played a great game.
Well, Rich, this could be, we're not sure, the last time you get to play against this team. We sure admire your attitude after a huge game. I think you guys can hold your head up and be proud. This was an incredible effort you guys put on tonight.
Well, thank you.
And you can be proud.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Back with the human highlight film for the John Marshall Rockets. It's Matt Butler and Brent Solheim, and for a while there, guys, tonight it looked like you couldn't put it together. What happened at the end that led you to the victory?
Well, at the end, we just decided to, but the whole game we were trying to play hard, and we couldn't play hard until the end, it seemed like, and once the end came, we just realized we had to win, so we put it together and got the victory.
Now, Brent, you had 11 points at half, but yet they seemed to pretty much put the grips on you there during the first half. Well, most of the second half, too. You were down by 7 with 53 seconds left. What was the key to their keeping you off your 33-point roll like you had a couple days ago?
Well, they played tough defense. That's basically the main thing. I wasn't getting the ball inside like I wanted to. When I did, I scored, but I traveled and everything else went along with it. But
yeah. Seemed like
they did play good defense.
The refs had their eyes on you.
Yeah.
So explain a little bit about this last second play here. You were down on one knee like Curly on the Globetrotters and got up. It seemed like it was the Osseo football game all over again. What's the deal?
Well, I don't know. I just got the ball, lost it. Rich got it, grabbed it away from him, fell down, took a couple dribbles so I wouldn't travel, got back up. I was going to shoot it, but then I saw Butler standing underneath the basket by himself, so I just lobbed it up to him, and luckily he caught it and put it in.
Now, I don't know if you both realized, but you both had 6 points in the fourth quarter to kind of spur on the Rockets to the victory. Was it a mental thing? I mean, did you feel he had the hot hand at the moment, or was it just because there was guys on you?
Well, I think people saw that Butler was wide open under the basket. I don't know if he had the hot hand with shooting the layups, but he did have a good final period, and we did finally pull it together then.
Great. So what were you thinking when you got the ball?
Well, when he got the ball, I realized I was open, and I was hoping he'd pass it to me, but I was waiting for the rebound too, so
Sure.
I was just lucky he passed it to me.
In position.
Yeah.
All right, so now you go to Faribault. How did you play them the first time this season?
We just basically ran him. We didn't have our starting point guard, Jess Smith. He was out with an ankle injury, but we still just ran him into the ground. We beat him by about 30.
Great. So you go to their home court. Does that affect it at all? I mean, it certainly did here at Vail.
Yeah, well, it'll be a different game. It won't be the 30-point game like it was last time. Same as the Mayo situation. We beat them by 25 or so last time. They played a good game. I'm sure Faribault will want to play tough at home in front of their home crowd. So it'll probably be another good game.
Sure. Now, how do you feel you guys are playing right now as you head into the stretch run here before the playoffs?
Well, we're playing good. We're playing a lot better than we were like before, like the holiday tournament. We were playing bad then. Now we picked it up. We're playing together, and we're hoping to do really good now.
Yeah,
No.
we're a streaky team though. Like tonight, we didn't play well at all, and
Yeah.
we can play tough when we play tough. But when we're not together, we don't play.
We have to decide to play tough, but if none of us are together and we don't want to play tough, we won't. I mean, but most of the time when we know we want to play tough, I mean, you can't stop us.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mitch and I had your graves dug and flowers ordered and everything. At 53 seconds left, you're down by 7. It didn't look good. So well, it was a nice comeback by you guys, and good luck as you head into the stretch run here in tournament time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. And we'll be back with the scoring updates and the finishing touches on this Big Nine Conference boys crosstown rival matchup between the John Marshall Rockets and the Mayo Spartans in just a moment. All right, welcome back. Mitch Anthony once again with me to do the game summary. And Mitch, just a tremendous game, and both teams played a great game. It just ended up in John Marshall's favor.
I'd have gladly paid for this ticket tonight, Jeff. This is a tremendous ball game. Knowing you, I got in for nothing, but I want to tell you something. It's worth double the ticket price. Mayo got a taste of their own medicine tonight, Jeff. They've come from behind twice this year. They were down by 10 points with 1:36 left against Austin. Came back and won. They were down by double digits against Elk River in the Rotary Classic, came back and won. And today they got a taste of their own medicine. I mean, incredible comeback by John Marshall.
So 7 points down, 53 seconds left, and you have to give credit to Coach Jeff Wells and the John Marshall Rockets. They didn't give up.
No, they didn't, and they swarmed the ball. And I was really amazed to see Mayo, who had controlled the ball the whole game, all of a sudden played hot potato in the last minute of the ball game.
And it was just ragged ball for the last 50 seconds. I mean, there's turnovers on each end of the court, and they all went in John Marshall's favor, basically.
Yeah, it was hard to keep up with. And Butler, really, on both ends of the floor, let's give the guy some credit. He scores 11 points in the second half. Out of those turnovers in that last 53 seconds, I had Butler coming up with 2 of them and forcing another one, and somebody else came up with it. So the guy was all over the ball. I mean, he was a man possessed in the last minute of that ball game. 1 minute made the man.
So scoring summary now for the Mayo Spartans, who fall to 7-11 overall, 5-7 in the Big Nine Conference. Rich Hebel with 2, Michael Restovich with 16, John Doctor with 6, Rex Smith fouled out with 8 points, Mark Weisbrod with 1, Jerry Flaby with 9, and Ryan O'Connell with 4 for a total of 45. For the John Marshall Rockets, it was Jess Smith with 4, Matt Butler with 11 points in the second half, Mark Woodrich with 2, Brent Solheim with 21, Troy Brown with 3, and Will Kurth with 3 for a total of 46 for the Rockets. So for Andrea Christ, Kevin Peterson, and Corey Belcher, along with Technical Director Tony Condon and Mitch Anthony, this has been another sports special on Channel 11, and we thank you for watching. The final score, once again, the John Marshall Rockets 46 in a nail-biter at the end over the Mayo Spartans 45. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Take care.